What was what are some of the reasons why you guys had trouble just getting off the field, especially in that first half? They had the ball almost the entire half.
You gotta get credit where credit due. Boston College did a great job of their clock management. They really hung their hat on running the ball, switching out from 11 personnel, 12, using a lot of their guys. So hats off to them. But just for us, we just couldn't stop their momentum of running the ball and stuff like that. And there's one of those things where I can't really explain without just for everybody just to watch and see what happened. But just for us defensively, we just didn't put our best product on the field today, and that's something that we, especially off the past few weeks of us, causing disruption, putting up production, doing the things that we need to do in order to win games, and we just didn't do that today. So that's stuff that we got to go back to the drawing board and really and truly see the details of why we weren't as effective as we should have been.
Staying on that, as you noted, the last few games you guys have been very, very solid in all areas. Are you surprised you guys weren't solid in those areas today, or how are you processing that right now?
Honestly, it was just you gotta take it one game at a time, just because you're going to be very successful these next couple of weeks. It's not going to be guaranteed that you're going to be successful for the next few. Obviously, that's the goal. That's the trajectory that we wanted to be on. But just for today, that just wasn't the case. Where I'm at personally, I'm just one of those people. It's just like we lost. We didn't get done what we needed to get done. So back to the drawing board, go back to film study, focus on the details of what we need to do in order to fix the wrongs that we had in this game. And it's state week now, so now we move on to the next game and keep it pushing after that. So
Jacoby mentioned that he felt like at times that Boston College may have out-toughed you guys. I guess, where do you think that may have stemmed from, or how disappointing was that, considering that obviously was a point of emphasis throughout the week?
It is disappointing, because we do consider ourselves a very tough team. And I won't say they out-toughed us. I just feel like they wanted it more than we did today. Obviously, they were a team that we were the team that they had to beat in order to go to a bowl game. And so obviously they came in with a very large chip on their shoulder, and it showed. And, I don't really think there was just an out-toughness. I just think they really wanted it more as a football team. And for us, we just had to really understand, like, we can't just, just because we have this bowl game opportunity, just because we came off these past few weeks with a win, that doesn't mean we have to get complacent. And so, we just had to, we just didn't show that we wanted it today. But it's just one of those things we got to, get back to the drawing board, keep it pushing and see where we went wrong today.
Did you feel that there was any complacency, like you had mentioned, just understanding like what you guys have accomplished the past few weeks in clinching bowl eligibility coming in today?
Yeah, I don't really say that there was complacency from what I saw. It's just like that's what you have to be careful of, is what I'm trying to say. You got to be careful with that, especially coming off some good wins like we did. But there wasn't any complacency. I just think there's a lot of things that just didn't click today. Like everything that went wrong today. And, that's just one of those things where, that's stuff that even personally that you can control. There's going to be some things that's out of your control that you can't help. But that's just a part of the game. That's a part of football. You can have a lot of success for a stint of time, and then all it is just one loss that kind of like, that kind of hits you in the heart a little bit. And these are just one of those games. And, but even though we just lost this game, I still feel pretty confident in this team. I still feel like we have a very tough team. Shout out to Boston College. Like I said, they have a very tough squad. They have a very tough football team. So, that hats off to them. They're a really good football program. Their record doesn't speak for who they have on their squad. But, I'm still confident in this team. We still have a lot ahead of us. We still got NC State. We still have the bowl game to win out with. And, I still believe in my guys, and I know we can definitely get the wins that we need to.
Did you sense any frustration kind of growing as the game kind of went on defensively? And second part of that question is, was there the same amount of chatter that there had been in recent weeks? Because one of the things you guys have been saying is that communication had been so much better the last few weeks.
So, where's a little frustration? Yeah, because we don't like to lose. We don't like to get beat the way that we did. And so, there was a little bit of frustration, but I mean, like, that's what comes with football. You got a lot of guys that wants to get a lot of stuff right. We want to see a change. We want to see a tide shift. We want to see a momentum shift. And, especially after the kickoff return by Chris Culver, we thought we were going to have that momentum shift that we needed. And we just didn't really get as much push as we needed to. And so, there was a little bit of frustration, but not as much as there used to be in the past. I will say I really do appreciate this team. We were still rallying. We were still staying up, and we were still staying confident. We was like, listen, man, we got to finish it out. You know what I'm saying? Even though we're getting beat, by this amount of points, it was like, listen, man, don't pay attention to the scoreboard. Let's just play. Let's just play. And so I think, obviously everybody's going to look at it like, dang, we got our butts whooped, da-da-da-da-da. But it's just like from the inside, we have a better mentality than we used to in the past of just handling adversity and not just like, just because there's one crack in the glass, that doesn't mean the whole mirror is going to shatter. So I feel like for us, where it has been like that in the past, in this game, that wasn't the case. And so I'm actually really proud of defensively. I can't really speak on offense because I'm not offense, two different sides. But, from just from my perspective, seeing everybody on defense, I really feel like we were, really picking everybody up, just keeping the main thing, staying in the games, keeping everybody upbeat, staying in it, even though this is not the result or the outcome that we want. We still gotta play until the clock hits 0 in the fourth quarter. So.
What were the words of Coach Brown to you guys after the game?
We just one of those things. We played, we tried our hardest, and like I said, as I previously spoke about, it's just like Boston College came in with a chip on their shoulder to get this win to solidify a bowl game for them, and they played like they had a lot on the line, and they just like, we got to put this behind us and focus on state, see what we need to do. See what we need to do right, what we need to fix, what did go wrong in this game, if anything, and just get the win next week, because that's all it's about now. We got to put this game to rest. I know we got a little 24-hour rule or whatever it is, but the game's over now, and I mean we can't harp on it too much. We can't hang our heads too low on it. We gotta bypass it, watch it, see what we can do better, see what we did wrong, and move on with it next and go on to NC State.
You said you can't speak about the mindset of the offense, but as the defense, when the offense is kind of struggling to stay on the field, to get points at all through, the first 3 quarters until kind of the end there.
Yeah.
How much pressure does that put on you guys to go out and say, hey, we got to get a stop?
It puts a good amount of pressure, but it goes both ways. If we don't do our job on defense, offense is like, dang, now we got to put points on the board, and if offense is not putting up as much production as they've done in the past, and it's like that puts a little pressure on us. It's like, all right, we gotta get them off the field so we can get better field position for the offense. So it goes both ways. But it wasn't an overbearing amount of pressure that we did need. I feel like it was good pressure. There is such thing as good pressure, and I think there were times that we upheld that. They drove the field on us. There were times that we got some crucial stops. We turned the ball over. We did some things right in that aspect where we were given bad field position and we held them to a couple of field goals and stuff. So there's a lot to be proud of in those situations, but at the end of the day, we got to still do our job at the end of it as a defensive unit. And just because offense isn't putting up numbers on the scoreboard as they used to, we just got to take ownership in that and understand it's like, if they're not going to do that, then we need to do our part and just keep on giving them good field position, keep on getting stopped, keep on turning over and on downs, stuff like that. So
we good?
We're good.
All righty.